Hey everyone, today I'm making my first 3D ocean. I'll be doing it on a tray. I used a gel medium for the rocks. I wouldn't suggest using the one that I used because it took about 3 days for it to completely dry. I put some moss in there to show some grass or some bushes. And then this piece is actually inspired by the Big Slur in California. I took a trip out there and it was just beautiful. So I was trying to mimic the colors of the ocean. My new technique has been to paint the surface the ideal color that I want rather than coloring the resin, which I had done in the past because it's really hard to control the way that resin moves. And when you paint the base of it, you know that color is going to stay no matter what. So as you can see in the video, I have my paint down, kind of looks like an ocean, little rough draft of an ocean, and then I'm going to pour my first layer of resin. So you pour a complete clear layer of resin on it, and then later on you're going to go in with some white dye. I use white dye because of the high concentration. And then you're going to use a heat gun to blow it over the clear resin. And the way that you want to blow it is kind of on an angle. That way just the top layer of the white is going over the clear resin, and that's how you're going to get your cells. Now you have to be really careful when you do this. I learned a lot through trial and error that you really want to make sure you have the right temperature on your heat gun. So my heat gun lets it, I'm not exactly sure of the exact temperature, but it's, all the way high, all the way low. So when you want to pop the bubbles, you want to have the heat gun on completely high as it goes because you're trying to pop the bubbles. However, when you're making these waves, you don't want the heat gun to be all the way turned up. I found doing this, you get these like really awkward, weird bubbles and they keep coming up from underneath the surface while it's drying, and that's not good. So you want to have it kind of like on a medium setting. Now, if you have it too low, you won't get, sorry about that, if you have it too low, you won't be getting any cells at all, and it'll just be like this white oasis of a mess, which I've also experienced. So having the right temperature on your heat gun is like 90% of this. And as you can see, as I'm going on to another layer for the waves, the cells will start to form on their own. So when you first blow it, it might look like it's just like a mess, like, oh, the cells aren't coming up, but you have to give it some time. They will form naturally. The hardest part is to get it to sit. So doing it in a tray is actually really easy because you have a border around it. However, I do this a lot on like canvases and you have it run off the side. So sometimes the cells run off. There's really nothing you can do about it other than just trying to work with the resin the way it is. You can also do it in layers. So you can finish this first layer here and then have that dry, come back in, make sure you're putting a clear layer of resin, and then at the end of that layer, it doesn't have to be the entire surface, you can do halfway, you're going to come in with more white dye and blow it over again, and that gives it the illusion of like waves crashing, and that's how you get like that 3D layer effect. I hope you found this video to be informative. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'll try to list all the materials in the description below. However, again, do not suggest using the medium that I used for the rocks. Well, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of this video.